Here's one of the top complaints we get in the 2 Wants to Know consumer complaint line. People buying secondhand cars thinking they got a great deal, later finding they got ripped off. Something was wrong with the car and the warranty was expired, or maybe someone conned them out of some of the cash after they sold their car. That is why Mike Quincy is here with Consumer Reports joining us today. We're going to talk with him about finding the history of a car before you buy, buying flood damaged cars, bills of sale, and so much more. He's taking your questions too. You can get your answers by texting us to 336-379-5775. Remember, text, don't call. So first up, here's what we want to know is, how do you make sure you're getting a good deal on a car and not getting ripped off, Mike?
Well, it's a tough time for buyers in the used car market. I mean, the supply is really low due to the semiconductor shortage for the new car market. People need to buy a new car, but they can't, so they go to the used car market. And so the supply is low, the prices are high. So the best thing that you can do is find a reliable 2 or 3 year old used car that gets good reliability ratings from Consumer Reports, and a 2 or 3 year old used car has gone through its steepest depreciation hit, and it might even have some factory warranty left. So that's generally the best automotive buy out there.
There's been a lot of talk about possible flooded cars out there for sale right now. I mean, we've seen a lot of flooding across the country in the news. How do you avoid that when you're going to buy a used car?
Well, every time there is a major flood and cars get damaged, there are people that buy these flooded cars that might have a salvage title. And by that, I mean the insurance company has gone through this car, they've deemed it a total loss, but they're still for sale. So if it depends on the state that you live in, but certain states take their titles and they might say the title is lost, they might say the title is branded, the title might have some obscure letters or numbers or codes on it. But the point is that there are some states where an owner can, or a used car buyer can take these vehicles and make them look like they're okay. But the problem with a flooded car is the issues that the next owners are going to be facing might show up down the road. When the electronics in the car get flooded, these can be a big problem that might not be so apparent right in the beginning.
We did one story where a woman got a flooded car and you would never know. It looks so clean and beautiful, but then you actually pull up the floor mats and underneath that little carpet, you can see it was all rusted out.
Yeah, that's one of the kind of the exercises that a potential buyer can go through. I mean, there's hardware that holds down the seats of the interior. And if someone's going to be drying out the inside of a car, and the cars are filled with fabric in the carpets, fabric in the seats, and if you're going to dry out the car, you have to remove the seats. So these are bolts that are not generally rust proof. If they get exposed to water, they're going to show that there's rust in it. And another thing to look at is you're actually a better judge of a used car than you think. And all you need to know is you have a good working nose. You can smell the must in the interior. You open up the trunk. A lot of trunks have a fabric liner in them. And if that gets wet, that can also smell musty. You also have to look for signs of accumulated dirt and silt, because when a car is in the middle of a mucky, floody mess, that dirt and silt get everywhere.
From the same token, we have also found shattered glass in a trunk from a crash that wasn't reported. Coming up in the next segment, we want to talk with you about how do you find out about that car's history, if it's been in a wreck, what you need to check for, and answer your questions too. Send them on over. It's 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.